Hello. So, where am I going today? I am going to a very beautiful place which is known as Heidelberg, which is in Germany and which is around an hour from Frankfurt. So here I reached. Me and my husband were thinking of going or visiting to Heidelberg since a long time, but somehow we weren't able to go. It is like when it is meant to be, it will. So finally we chose a very good day and we came to Heidelberg. This is the train station. We had an itinerary prepared, like, what are we going to do, what are we going to visit and stuff. So from there, this is the station we had planned to visit the castle first. So this is just right outside the station. We were waiting for our bus to go, and overall my first impression of this city was beautiful because there were all mountains here and there, in the surroundings. So as if like this Heidelberg place is protected by the mountains, which is very beautiful. So I was in the bus and I found these buildings and the roads in the town very aesthetic and beautiful. So I just wanted to show you guys that it is so beautiful. Look at it. It was really a pleasure to my eyes to see the beautiful nature and stuff. This was one place, and from here we were traveling to Rathaus or Kornmark. From there we had to take a funicular to go to the castle. And look at this place. It was like up and down, like in the like being visiting a hill station. So it was actually, the roads were up and down and the alleys. It was so beautiful, very, 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 very beautiful. And so this is the city. You get an aesthetic vibe of it. You can see it is very beautiful, very nice. This is the place, the Kornmark, from where you get the tickets to go to the Königstuhl or the Heidelberg Castle. You purchase a ticket and then you insert it, and then you have to do an entry every time. This is only one time valid ticket. Also the ticket at which we took, this took us from the bottom to the Königstuhl place point. So one going up and then coming down and then visiting the castle. The ticket included every entry, and this is only one time valid. So if you validate it once and if you come out and then if you want to go again, you cannot do that. This is the beautiful funicular that you can see that brings us to one stop. Here you have to change the funicular, and this is actually the 100-year-old funicular. And trust me, it was very beautiful, and I cannot believe German engineering. The road was so steep, and believe me, it was going up slowly, and it was so fantastic. You could just be in awe of the engineering. That wow. So this is the topmost part of the hill or the mountain, where you can get a very good panoramic view of the Heidelberg. It was nice place. From here there are you can do trekking from down to up to down. There are many cyclists ways where they climb or go down. So it was very beautiful, greenery, foresty with great views, very awesome views. So I guess these are the hotels around. If you want to stay, you can. So we were just trying to take a sneak peek of what's around and stuff, and from there then we decided we have to come down to castle. So this was the view, and look at the funicular. It was fast, it was nice, and it was really a fantastic experience, I can say. So this is a place where you stop, and this is a castle place. This is a castle area, and from here you just get out of the funicular and you start walking. And you can see around there were so many people. It was very sunny and a very nice day. And so there were a lot of guided tours available. Heidelberg is a famous touristy place. It has got a lot of specialities, so many people, almost people in millions, visit every year here. So yeah, so since we had bought a ticket from the corn market, our entries were already there. So the courtyard is free, but if you have to visit the castle inside, there has to be an entry. And here there are two most world famous things, in this Heidelberg Castle. This is one of the oldest castles you can find, and hats off. It has been destroyed several times, and it was rebuilt several times, and nice. So this is the entrance part here. So here in Heidelberg Castle, from here you go inside the castle. This is the entry point, and indeed the red stone is very very beautiful. It looks very good, and when I was seeing this Heidelberg Castle, I literally remembered Jaipur and Rajasthan in India. The forts, the castles, the palaces. This castle just reminded me of my home. So it was nice. And this is the entry part where you come inside the castle. All these are there. It is very beautiful. It is very nice. The rooms and the entry wasn't there. Okay, you could just visit a beer, the big barrel beer barrel, and you could visit the Apotheke museum here. So yeah, this is the courtyard of the castle, and it was beautiful. So yeah, of course, if I'm coming to Heidelberg, how would it be not possible that I don't visit this Apotheke museum? And indeed it was beautiful. A medicine, a pharmacist, a apotheker, this will be of really interest to them, because this place is a museum, and this is the place where the German pharmaceuticals, or the German apotheke started. So here all the information was given, how the pharmacies were, how they developed, and they had all the stuff. So see, this pharmacy used to be like this, and this place here, this whatever we are seeing, it had a real pharmacy before the museum. So it was awesome. This is the pharmacopoeia, I'm a pharmacy student. This is pharmacopoeia, of that times, the older times. The dates and stuff are mentioned here. These are all the utensils, vessels used, pharmacopoeias. And do you guys know what was first manufactured medicine? It was aspirin. Wow, aspirin in different forms. Like it was made. So different forms in the sense, what a powder, like we have aspirin tablets now. Initially it used to be like a powder, I guess. So yeah, this really fascinated me, a lot. And how the logo of current today's day was formed. This is the machine that was earlier used, for manufacturing. It was indeed very interesting. You can see here, this was, I guess, yeah. Wow, it was written in that times. From like earliest to early and to recent. See, you can see the formula, chemical formula, aspirin, the bottle, the pack. It was so nice. The vials, the small, it had so many medicines carried in that time. It was beautiful. Wow. See the tickets, Tara. It is so interesting to see, it is very, very interesting. I kind of remembered my pharma days when we used to do when we used to have our lab days, we used to do the sulfuric acid and making this and pipettes and beakers and flasks and all that. So this was very interesting. This place was so good and aesthetic, I tell you. It was really, I was very happy looking at this, It was very nice. This was a pharmacy table, the table, yeah. Here, I was just saying that this is the pharmacy. There were a lot of people, very nice. A lot of things happening, a lot of visitors. This is the Bamberg pharmacy setup. This is so nice. So the furniture is really dated back then, and so it is so aesthetic, all the wooden stuff. I mean, this shows how the pharmacies were there at that time, long centuries before. And this is the shop that when you come out of the pharmacy, this is just a gifting shop that almost there are a lot of stuffs given in here. If you want, you can buy, nice. And then from there we came outside. This is again, I could just keep on seeing it for hours. And this is the view from the castle. You can see it is so nice. Wow. It reminded me of Nainital, Mussoorie, Shimla, in India. So it just reminded me, the entire vibe and atmosphere was of that. So I was very happy being here. And then from there we came outside. You can see the fort there. From there down we came. This is the Gonmark Square or place. From there we had to go down. Not down in the sense of go to the main mark center. That was the Soviet photo thing was there. There was a guy who was very sweet, and we were talking to him like almost for 15-20 minutes. We bought some few old photos as a good gesture, and then we were hungry, so we were thinking to, by this time it was already 2 o'clock. Okay, we had spent a lot of time in the castle. We had our train back around like 4:45. So we literally had many things to do. We have many places left to visit, but we were running short of time. So we decided to eat. So we ate, in a restaurant, and I did not film it. So after eating, after having our lunch, this is the place that we came. The famous old bridge of Heidelberg. And the vibe was very good. I loved it. It was nice, but it was so hot. Oh my god. Sun was hitting us with its rays. It was so hot. It was like right on above our head, the sun. Oh god. And see, you can see the castle. Sometime back we were there. Okay, and there's the funicular where you go, and then there are stops. This is the top of this is the toppest part which I showed at the start of my video. From there, we were just roaming around here and there. This is the Namak place, which is fully filled, with a lot of people, lot of things, and then this is the university student prison. Okay, we wanted to visit that, so this is the way that we went.